Papoose and Remy Ma's recent incident isn't rumor, so stop scrolling. It's a full-blown disaster that has the internet as a whole in a state of shock. Consider this. Hip-hop's the so-called power couple. The pair that previously used love and loyalty to build their kingdom are now torn apart in the most disgusting way conceivable, with jail bars, police sirens, and fists. You did indeed hear me correctly. Papoose, Mr. Loyalty, was arrested for allegedly assaulting Remy Ma during a heated altercation that insiders said started because of Claressa Shields' pregnancy drama. After years of portraying himself as the ultimate ride-or-die husband, the same man has suddenly been pictured in hand restraints. The word about his mugshot spread more quickly than wildfire. However, this is the $1 million query. What might cause a man who advocated for family values to have such a violent breakdown that police were called, pulling him off? Did Remy disregard Claressa's role as a mother? Was it envy? Or has the ideal couple's image been a meticulously fabricated fabrication all along? Don't get me wrong, this isn't just disorganized. It's explosive. Jobs are at stake. Families are broken up. You might be surprised to learn how ugly the receipts are. In the turbulent world of the most notorious couple in hip-hop, the night began like any other. Papoose, as well as Remy Ma, was spotted in New York at a private industry function. Their cheeks were filled with smiles for the cameras, perfectly practiced body language. They appear to be a couple who are still doing well after years of reality TV fights and marital scandals. However, those grins were a flawless performance. According to insiders, the tension had been building for weeks behind the glamour. And everything culminated in the fight was so intense that it concluded with Papoose handcuffed and blue lights flashing. Here's the deal, though, Papoose. He was the epitome of loyalty in hip-hop for years. He supported Remy, while the business labeled him the last authentic one remaining. He was parenting their blended family while she was imprisoned and acting as a loyal husband. However, the picture was brutal, and according to sources, the fissures appeared as soon as Claressa Shields revealed her pregnancy. In some way, that announcement, which was supposed to be a celebration, caused the most repulsive quarrel love and hip-hop ever desired to broadcast. Let's go back. The self-described GWAT, Claressa, the greatest lady of all time, declared that she was prepared to combine motherhood and boxing glory. Supporters applauded, but she supposedly scoffed, "Ma." Remy allegedly made fun of Claressa's plans during an Instagram live, dropping the notorious line, "Careers in boxing don't last forever." The gloom was so intense that the internet was split quickly. But Papoose didn't think it was innocuous shade. He reportedly lost his temper with Remy in private and accused her of shattering another woman's hopes. One insider whispered, "You don't get to clown motherhood," Pap informed her bluntly. "Hers, not anybody's." The catch is this. Rather than being colder, the days of cold silence, side-eye at public gatherings, and cryptic social media messages that supporters gobbled up like candy were the result of the argument. At that industry gathering, things became more sinister. According to witnesses, Papoose and Remy's tension was evident from the leap. He continued to stare at his phone. Each time Claressa's gaze met mine, she rolled her eyes. Name entered the discussion. Then, right there in the VIP room, there was a dispute over Claressa's pregnancy. Section. An unnamed visitor claimed that Remy sneered, "You're more worried about that boxer's child than you are about your own wife's honor." Pap allegedly retaliated, "Respect is reciprocal. You went too far." What took place? Went out of control after that. glasses were banged, voices were shouted, and soon what should have been a heated discussion between husband and wife changed into a more repulsive appearance. According to witnesses, Pap took hold of Remy's arm. She pushed him back, and all of a sudden, as turmoil broke out all around them, security came pouring in. However, this was more than a private breakdown. The cameras were rolling. Oh no, someone recorded everything on their phone, who could have been a partygoer or perhaps a staff person. After a few hours, grainy video appeared on the internet. As stunned bystanders watched, Pap yelling, Remy sobbing, and bodyguards attempting to keep them apart captured each second. The video turned to flashing police lights just when viewers believed things couldn't get much worse. Papoose was being led into a patrol car outside. The internet took off. #Papoosier arrested and other hashtags #Remy vs Pap became popular right away. Pap's mug photo was displayed on memes with captions such as Mr. Meet Mr. Felony, Loyalty. Twitter threads analyzed the altercation frame by frame. Using boxing bell sound effects and captions such as Round 1 over, TikTok editors dramatized the commotion. Claressa's baby. The rumors are where things get even more complicated. Unidentified sources started leaking tea all over the place. According to one, the altercation intensified as Remy accused Pap of covertly protecting Claressa in the background. Another professed that Claressa had received private words of support from Pap. The most ridiculous story was that Remy said Pap was more concerned about Claressa's child than their marriage. Was it accurate? Most likely not. Was the internet interested? Not at all. The story was transformed into a 3-act opera by morning thanks to the blogs. Papoose, shouted the headline, after a heated argument with Remy Ma, were you arrested? Others went beyond. Was fans filled the comments, picking sides and dragging Claressa Shields as the true cause of the messiest fight in hip-hop history. Names, and requesting clarification. Remy's once fearless, unstoppable queen persona abruptly looked susceptible. Overnight, Pap's image as Mr. Loyalty fell apart. And Claressa was an innocent spectator who unintentionally became the focal point of a marriage breakdown that she did not initiate. However, let's face it, this wasn't simply regarding a brawl. The couple had spent years trying to conceal everything. Their marital fissures, the resentment, and the hidden fears. Not only did it damage their reputation when it all collapsed in public, but it also destroyed the internet. By the end of the day, every gossip page included Pap's mug photo. TMZ, like vultures surrounding fresh meat, Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked are both rushing with a tale. Sections for comments were brutal. Mr. Loyalty became Mr. Domestic Abuse. This is the power pair that you are all excited about. Claressa destroyed their marriage without delivering a single blow. When supporters believed it couldn't get much better. Even worse, rumors circulated that Remy was making allegations. One unnamed source claims that Remy informed friends she's finished keeping Pap safe. He went too far this time. The controversy wasn't simply popular now. It was spreading. Additionally, the query on was it truly Remy's intention to openly abandon Pap? Or had they somehow caused another poisonous storm, turn into a narrative? The fallout had only just started, that much was certain. For if you believed that a mug shot was unfortunately, you will have to wait to learn what was released from the police station. Just 12 hours had passed after the mug photo was taken when the next shocking revelation came. A police report that was purportedly leaked by the NYPD. Within minutes, the document was making the rounds on gossip blogs, presenting an image that was more repulsive than anyone could have guessed. The article claims that the altercation was more than a shouting battle. Before security stepped in, witnesses said Papoose hit Remy many times. Emotional discomfort and obvious bruises were also noted in the report. Now, if it made no difference if the news was authentic or a deceptively staged leak. It was already widely accepted on the internet, the headlines shouted. Police confirmed that Papoose and Remy got into a heated altercation. Overnight, fans became legal analysts as screenshots went viral. Twitter every sentence was broken down by threads that argued over the accusations Papoose would face, including assault, domestic abuse, disturbing the peace, and vicious memes. Papoose was pictured in a boxing robe in one widely shared photo, which read, Round 2, Jail Edition. Another showed Remy clutching Claressa's growing baby bulge in the shape of a championship belt. As fans dragged, dark humor flourished into the gutter, destroying the couple's flawless appearance. However, the claimed station insider was the true shocker. A blog was informed anonymously by a purported NYPD employee. When she entered, Remy was in great tears. I can't believe he did this over Claressa, was a sentence she repeated again, and it transformed the argument into a wildfire. The spark was no longer all that Claressa was. She was now shown as the cause of hip-hop's loyalty brand's collapse. Claressa's camp made every effort to be quiet, but all that made matters worse. Her Instagram was inundated with messages from fans. You destroyed their union. For you, Papoose sacrificed everything. Energy strikes from a fake champion once more. She had to completely disable comments in a matter of hours. In the meanwhile, according to reports, friends began to speak up. Pap has been snapping for weeks, so this wasn't the first fight. An anonymous insider told a gossip writer that he was pushed over the line by the Claressa drama. Another person said, Remy's been defending him for too long. She's finished now. For a lady who was once honored for despite her tough exterior, Remy appeared fragile, battered, deceived, and fighting for sympathy in the eyes of the public, using hashtags like #ProtectRemy. Some fans rallied with her, while others criticized her for being hypocritical, citing her own violent background, and Remy's jail sentence for violence was summed up in one tweet, I'm crying because I got a taste back. Karma is unbeaten, and Papoose's reputation is deteriorating every day. He had been Mr. Loyalty, but now he was Mr. Mugshot. Promoters discreetly withdrew from partnerships, while brands removed his name from family-friendly marketing. He even received criticism from his fellow rappers, one of whom tweeted, all that loyalty talk was cap. Real people never hide who they are. A mysterious message was posted by another. It's funny how you support motherhood one day and then undermine it the next. However, the internet wasn't finished. Theories began to fly like shrapnel, and some fans thought the whole in a desperate attempt to stay relevant as hip-hop and love ratings declined. A fight was manufactured. Remy finally lost it after hearing others say that Claressa and Papoose had been closer in secret than anybody realized. Reddit conspiracy threads even suggested that Claressa's pregnancy was a cover-up for a larger issue rather than merely the catalyst. Then came the audio leak. Late one evening, a wobbly, muffled clip appeared on Twitter, purportedly recording a portion of the altercation. The footage showed mayhem, with Remy's voice shouting, "Don't touch me." Pap yelled back, "Remy, you disregarded motherhood." There were noises of a struggle, glass breaking, and then silence before someone yelled, "Call security." Genuine? Perhaps not. Viral? Definitely. The video received millions of views in a matter of hours, and viewers repeatedly watched it, lip reciting and adding. YouTubers uploaded analysis videos with titles like Full Breakdown, the Pap and Remy audio that ends their marriage, and subtitles like Amateur Detectives. Hashtags such as hashtag Papex revealed and hashtag Remy vs Pap were used to describe the nuclear reaction. Trended continuously. Supporters split into factions once again. Hashtag Team Remy stated the audio. Hashtag Teep claimed the audio was manipulated, proving she was the victim. Hashtag Team Claressa just posted photos of her drinking tea with captions that said things like, "Not my monkeys, not my circus." However, Claressa was unable to get away. Her name appeared in every headline despite her silence. Pap and Remy are destroyed by pregnancy turmoil. Sports publications also reported on it, wondering whether the controversy would ruin her boxing career. One analyst said, Claressa is now fighting a struggle outside of the ring that would permanently harm her reputation. Sponsors became alarmed once more. She was quietly unfollowed on Instagram by one sports brand, and a beauty firm allegedly requested that their campaign be put on hold. For Claressa, the price of being at the center of a dispute that she never publicly participated in was stupefying, and the legal consequences were more imminent. Rumor had it that prosecutors were looking into Pap's case. Remy might go to jail if he filed charges, which is ironic given that he supported her during her own jail. Fans saw the similarity and bombarded timelines with tweets such as, "Pap pulled Remy down when she was locked up." "I doubt she'll follow suit." Remy supposedly alluded to filing charges before the middle of the week, posting a mysterious Instagram message that said, "Enough is enough, not all scars heal." Fans went crazy. Blogs immediately exploded with this indication that she was finished protecting Papoose. Just when you thought the story had reached its zenith, insiders revealed that Remy was prepared to take Pap to court. An unnamed source stated that Claressa was getting ready to speak and that she was fed up with being held responsible. The countdown started, and when she cleared her name, it would completely change the course of this story. Would Claressa's remarks further embarrass Remy and Papoose or rescue her reputation? For days, there were whispers that Claressa Shields was finally prepared to break her silence, and the internet was in countdown mode. Quiet, to absolve her of the scandal that had made her known as the hip-hop homewrecker. Blogs use headlines like "Fans raise fears as Claressa talks on Friday," and YouTubers plan live broadcasts labeled "Claressa's Confession and of Pap and Remy." The world watched Friday, and Claressa went live while seated in her first remarks were straightforward. "I'm in the kitchen with just a water bottle and that unwavering fighter stare. Let me clarify that I didn't request to be involved in this drama, but you all forced me to do so. Straight." The internet abruptly stopped. Claressa didn't refute the pregnancy. She denied the role, but not her aspirations to become a mother. "I didn't ruin anybody's marriage," she firmly stated, referring to her supposed role in the Pap and Remy crisis. "It's Remy's fault if she disregarded motherhood. If Pap appreciates it, that's his fault. I'm devoted to my family, but please don't blame me for their mayhem." Her name should have been cleared by the statement, but in the clarity doesn't end a problem in the rumor world. Rather, it makes it worse. Fans bent. Some claimed she seemed overly defensive, while others turned her remarks into fresh plots. One widely shared tweet stated, "Notice how she didn't deny Mang Pap," which implied that her tone validated that she and Pap had private conversations. Precisely. "She literally said it's their problem," retorted another. "You all wish to hold her accountable for nothing." Ray's crew, meanwhile, was unimpressed. Insiders claim that she told friends, Claressa used victimization. She is fully aware of her actions. The line was leaked. And memes of Remy looking at Claressa like it was a weigh-in before a title fight went viral among fans. Hours later, however, the actual hammer fell. Papoose was formally charged with misdemeanor assault by the prosecution. The mugshot had evolved beyond a simple meme. In a criminal case, it served as evidence. It was cruelly ironic. Many years ago, Pap had based his reputation on supporting Remy when she was in prison. The positions were now switched, but this time, fans weren't certain whether Remy would do the same in return. Side-by-side photographs were shared on one gossip page. Remy strolling in 2014, she was released from prison with Pap by her side, but in 2025, she was handcuffed and Remy was not present. The caption read, "Tables turned." The sponsors responded fast. A single promoter was can-led. Pap's forthcoming performance, citing public perception issues. He was dropped as a family-friendly podcast host. Visitor. Overnight, his bread and butter, motivational speaking engagements, also dried up. Mr. Liability replaced Mr. Loyalty. In contrast, Remy was torn between the two options. Supporting her as a survivor, several followers demanded justice with #justice and similar hashtags. She was pulled back into the light by others. One comment that went viral said, "Remy made sense by going to jail for shooting her friend, but now she's the victim." The hypocrisy viewpoint quickly gained popularity. And despite what she said, Claressa continued to be a lightning rod. Brands was hesitant to support her because she thought the turmoil would ruin her career. "We support Claressa as an athlete, but current media coverage makes partnership too difficult," stated a leaked email from a prominent sports sponsor. Dangerous. The repercussions were enormous. VH1 producers allegedly discussed excluding Pap from future hip-hop and love photo shoots. Others contended that the chaos should be turned into a unique, using the controversy to boost viewership. "This is the biggest storyline we've had in years," one producer reportedly remarked. "Keeping Pap is toxic, cutting him is suicide. In any case, it's ratings. Gold." The streets made their own judgment. TikTok was ruled by parody skits, memes, and diss music. In one widely shared video, a man wearing jail stripes and costumed as Papa yelled, "I did it for Claressa." In another, Remy was seen rapping bars while holding a microphone and saying, "You preach loyalty, but fists don't lie." The societal repercussions was indisputable, and even comedians joined in, ridiculing Pap on late-night shows. The story of Pap and Remy as a power couple was over. Their union now represented violence, treachery, and hypocrisy. Once a source of happiness, Claressa's pregnancy was now irrevocably